There comes a point when you realize that your loved one is nearing the end of life. It's not an easy thing to acknowledge, and many people ignore it because they're not sure how to approach it. If you know that death is imminent, you may be asking, what do I do now? Well, just as every life is unique, so is every person's end of life. The process may happen slowly or suddenly. Though it may seem difficult, accepting your loved one's reality may help you find ways to enrich the remaining moments that your loved one has. The goal of end-of-life care should be to make your loved one comfortable, follow his or her wishes, and have the opportunity to say goodbye. We cannot control what is happening, but we can control how it happens and how prepared we are for it. There are important decisions that will need to be made, including legal, financial, medical, funeral, and other personal considerations. First and foremost, ensure that a legal will is prepared. A will outlines your loved one's final wishes for distributing and handling financial and digital assets after death. It is also helpful to have an advance healthcare directive or medical power of attorney. These legal documents provide information about medical care should your loved one be unable to communicate or make decisions. You may wish to set aside some time to make funeral arrangements in advance. Knowing that a loss is imminent gives you time to consider your options. If your loved one is able to communicate, you can even ask about final wishes and preferences. With the help of a funeral professional, preparing a plan in advance can help make the time of loss much easier to bear. As challenging as this may be for you to face, do whatever you can to provide support. Be patient with yourself. Try to forgive yourself for any missed opportunities as you come to terms with the new situation. If you can't be there in person, you can always call, text, or write a personal note. Find some way to let your loved one know you care. Your loved one's physical strength and cognitive functions may have diminished, but the capacity to feel frightened or at peace, loved or lonely, sad or secure remain. So provide company. Talk to your loved one, read favorite passages, or simply sit and hold their hand. Your presence alone can bring your loved one peace and tranquility. Promote a calm environment, whether at home or in a care facility. Create a soothing atmosphere through sensory experiences such as touch or singing. Surround your loved one with familiar sights and sounds, including pictures, mementos, and music. Remain attentive. Avoid burdening your loved one with your feelings of fear, sadness, and loss. Instead, discuss your feelings privately with an appropriate listener. As the condition of your loved one becomes more widely known, it's important to understand that everyone reacts differently to imminent loss. Shock, sadness, and disbelief are common reactions if the diagnosis is sudden. Some may spring into helpful action by offering practical and emotional support. Others may not know how to respond. Let your support network know what you and your loved one need. Often, people want to help but don't know how. If faith and spirituality is important to your loved one, invite a priest, pastor, or spiritual leader to visit your loved one and pray with him or her. Longtime friends and members of your loved one's faith community may also wish to visit and offer comfort and support to you and your family. Limit visitors as needed. If your loved one seems to enjoy the company, allow visitors. If you see that your loved one is tired, anxious, or agitated, thank visitors for coming, but let them know that this is not a good time. If you just need time alone with your loved one, that is also okay. Simply ask visitors to come at another time. When someone you love and care for is facing the end of life, you may find yourself focusing all of your time and effort on him or her. But you will need support as well to help you manage the loss you are experiencing. It's important to find someone who will listen without judgment as you talk about your feelings and mourn your loss. Take good care of yourself and your family. Eat nutritious meals. Get as much rest as you can. Try to spend time doing things that are calming and soothing to your soul. Even when we understand that a loved one's end of life is near, we may not feel prepared to cope with it. Remember that you are not alone. You can always reach out to friends, counselors, community members, and trusted professionals who can make this time a little bit easier. For more information on planning ahead for funeral needs when a loss is imminent, contact us today. We would be glad to answer your questions, refer you to other trusted professionals, and help you get started with the planning process.